turned 21, different. Like I said, it's just different. I need to get a top that just says 21 different. Like when I turned 21, it was different. Hello, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time tuning in, welcome, and definitely check out my other videos if you haven't already. And also, you know what you gotta do, you gotta like, comment, and subscribe. Mainly subscribe, so I'm gonna give you a second to go do that now, okay? Okay, so you did that, bet. If you haven't, I don't know why, I don't even know. I just okay. Alright, so let's just jump into the video. Today on Teny Talks, I'm going to be talking about how turning 21 hit hard. And if you know me on a personal level, then you know that I just turned 22. I wanted to kind of reflect on this past year, 21, and just my 20s in general, being in your 20s. So, I'm 22. So I have exactly 2 years experience of being in my 20s. When I turned 20, lock off. It was different. Oh, I was bumping. I was having fun. I'm like, yo, I'm in here. What's up? This is my first time here, you know. First time in anything, it's a good time. You're nervous, you don't know what's going on, but you're just gonna double. So I was like, bet. Like, I was having a good time. No complaints, you know, I was being me, doing me, but every time someone asks me how old is, I'm 20. Yes, I'm here, I'm 20 years old, it's not 19, I'm not no teenager no more, I'm 20. But when I turned 21, I swear to goodness, when I turned 21, that hit me, that literally like hit me in my chest. I felt it. I woke up different. My body felt different, my voice, my everything, my being was just different. I'm obviously over exaggerating, but everything was different. I felt it. Everything that I like went through and experienced and like heard just hit differently, and I don't know what that was, but like I felt like when I turned 21, I was like, geez, I'm actually in my 20s now. I'm not just 20, I'm 21. 21. I have 9 years till I'm 30, like, and I'm always living in the future. But yeah, one thing that I've been doing since like high school, and I still do now, is I set like multiple alarms during the day. If you spend more than like 2 hours with me, you will notice there's going to be an alarm that will go off at some point. And it's crazy because like when people are with me, they always be like, why do you have an alarm? If I spend like maybe an hour or two with them, they're like, oh, your alarm went off, like nothing, you know, like whatever, for your own reasons. And then like if I spend more than 2 hours with you, it's gonna keep happening. And some people get mad, some people or whatever, but the reason that I do it, honestly, these alarms, it depends on the day. If I know I'm gonna have like a busy day, it's gonna be crazy, then I set more alarms. If it's not that busy, I don't set as many alarms. These alarms basically are just like alerts to kind of put me back in my place and kind of reset me to just live in that moment. So when these alarms go off, honestly, all I really do, like sometimes I'll just like take in that moment, who I'm with, and just appreciate it myself, have that sense of like gratitude to be thankful for where I am. Sometimes I'll pray, sometimes like I'll just like have like a moment of silence with myself, or sometimes it's just a simple like, all right, bet, like I'm doing pretty good. Like, what do you guys do to stay present? Like, I would love to know. Comment down below or message me. I really want to know that, because that's one thing that I do. It's kind of weird, but like that's my thing. Yeah, back to 21. So 21, I swear when I turned 21, different. Like I said, it's just different. I need to get a top that just says 21 different. Like when I turned 21, it was different. But one thing was, I noticed that every time someone said something, it hit differently. Like I really like, every time I'm told something, I really sit in it and I'll think about it for a very long time. That's one drawback, I would say, when I turned 21, is that I started overthinking everything. Like anything and everything I overthink now, and I'm trying to work at it. I read a book that was recommended to me by my friends Kaya, It's called The Four Agreements, and that like kind of helped me and reset my life when I started overthinking. If you haven't read it, go read it. It's amazing. I'll even put a link down below because I'm pretty sure you can get it on Amazon for like pretty cheap, so I'll add that down below. But incredible, changed my life. So I look back, like one thing that I definitely like kind of noticed and recognized is I was those seniors that I used to look at thinking like, yo, why are they so like low key and so like they just look like they're done, like they're just like over it, you know? And that's me right now. Like I'm honestly at the point where I'm like just chilling. Like I'm like, all right, bet let me just get my ish together and let me just start my life, you know, and get this going. That was a big thing for me because when I look back when I was in my first year of university or even high school, I look at these seniors and they're just they're so cool but so chill at the same time, in the sense that they are like they're not even bothered anymore. And I've definitely felt that for sure. Like, nah, we ain't doing all that, you doing too much, like let me just chill out. That's where I'm at right now. And if you're first year high school or college, trust me, you'll get to that point. It'll hit you soon. And for any of you seniors like that are up there, either in your 3rd, 4th, 5th year, do you guys feel the same way? Because that's exactly how I feel. I'm a pretty upbeat person too. Like, getting to this point was definitely it was a jump for sure. A few big things that I kind of experienced when I turned 21 was, I would say my perspective changed. My perspective, the way I looked at things was just different now. Like the way I viewed relationships, the way I viewed myself, the way I viewed my friendships, my like school, my future, just completely different. Good way for sure. And I would say like right when I turned 21, because April 4th, that's my birthday obviously, like leading into the summer, my goal for that summer was just to focus on me, like work on me, and be like wanted to just break everything down and get to the basis of who I really am and kind of understand myself more and just learn about me and learn how to love me, learn how to love who I am and go with that, you know, and learn how to be happy and be comfortable being alone with myself and my thoughts. And that took a lot out of me for sure, but like it's incredible. But yeah, so the summer like went ball-headed. But yeah, like I really did spend a lot of time on my own and a lot of time journaling, reflecting on everything and breaking everything down and kind of truly like figuring out like what does everything mean to me, like what are my values, what do I like, what do I not like, what are my standards for myself, for the people around me, for like my future relationships, what insecurities do I have, why do I have those insecurities, what is confidence, what is self-worth, like what is all that, you know, and what is self-love. Like, so I really did spend a lot of time like reflecting and really understanding myself, and I'm still not even close. This is a life journey for sure, but I'm very thankful that like I'm finally starting, and for anyone that hasn't, I really do encourage you, and it's definitely a personal thing, so it does take everyone different times. Someone is upstairs moving, but yeah, so it was super cool. Like I really started to understand that confidence doesn't mean that you don't have insecurities, you know. I feel like I was masking my insecurities but with my confidence, and it wasn't working, because then when I really started to think about it, I'm like, yo, you don't know, like just because you have confidence does not mean that you don't have insecurities. Everyone has insecurities. Like it's just how it is. That's how life is. And being real with myself and breaking down what those insecurities are and why I'm blocking off certain things, like things that don't feed to my energy and put me in a positive spirit. I had to kind of like block those off or eliminate them from my life, and I'm still doing that. I'm still learning, and it's crazy, and it's honestly kind of amazing, because like even now, like now that like I feel like now it's a lot easier for me to like address any personal problems or insecurities I have myself, or like if someone does come at me with it, it's amazing. I love it. Like I just want to learn And did turn 21, I started to realize like, hey, yo, like in about 9 years, I'm going to be 30 and I'm gonna be a completely different person. Like, and that's the beauty of it, you know? It hit me really hard because I'm like, what I do right now is really going to be the basis and set me up for my future. You know, like right now it's critical. These are critical years of my life, so I have to play them smart. I have to choose the right people in my life. I gotta choose the right habits, put the right effort into my relationships, like redirect my energy in the right places and the right people and the right mindset and stuff. So that was a big thing. I realized, I'm like, geez, what I do right now is really going to affect how my future unfolds. Another thing I realize is the older you get, like the harder it is to stay connected to people because you're just so much further now. Like the people you grew up with, you're not. For me, I'm not directly with them. I'm not with them every day. I'm very far from them, and just so keeping those connections and staying connected was a big thing that I really wanted to work on and make sure that I keep those relationships, and because those are people that feed that have the same mindset as me, that want to grow, that I see so much value and beauty in. So I need to keep those people close to me. So I really try to keep like a high emphasis on keeping connections with people and knowing that they have their own life at the same time, but they do mean a lot to me. And again, with the overthinking, I overthink so much and I think about people so much, so like when I think about people, I just gotta message them anyway. So I'm that person that will message them. So this is we're gonna kind of end off with this. I started to realize that like one thing that I'm good at is a first impression. First impressions, I can do that. The lasting impression, I think, is one thing that I struggle with, and is one thing that like I think that's gonna be my goal for my 22 years of living as I move forward. From this day on is to work on that for sure. That I'm now starting to learn as I move into year 22. Really forcing myself to put myself in uncomfortable positions, so I can get used to failure, so I can get better, so I can improve, so I can figure out what is good and what is bad for me, what I can and can't do yet. Kind of working on that is still being vulnerable is a big thing for me for sure. We're dealing with failure and rejection is always a big thing, I think, for anybody. And I would definitely say communication, because that's always communication via technology, like social media, emails, all that. So those are some things that I wrote down in my like goals for year 22, and I encourage anyone like to do that. Like write down goals. I always, any excuse to write down a goal, I will do it. Like quarantine goals, I got that. Yearly goals, like monthly goals, daily goals. Like I'm a goal oriented type of person. I like goals. I like keeping on track, but that's just me. Like, yeah. But anyway, that is kind of my chit chat for the day. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys can relate to anything I just said, please comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. Yeah, stay safe. Anyway, and we out. Do you buzz?